Hi guys, Cheyenne Bray here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Back spreading light and love and awareness. And today I have really just stepped in to a completely different state of mind, and I'm really excited to share today's message with you guys. It's really an empowering message. Today is Friday the 13th, March 2020. And it's interesting because there's so much stigma and theories out there that Friday the 13th is a day of bad luck, and I honestly used to believe that myself. I remember working in a nursing home, and when the full moon and Friday the 13th would align, some weird shit would happen. And I remember just always kind of associating that with a day that you kind of wanted to be low key and just like kind of stay away from people. And now, as I reflect back, I had a friend actually the other day say, there's a lot of power in 13, and Friday the 13th really, honestly, in reflection, has been a day of amazing luck and strength. And so I want to share a little bit with you guys. Back just this last September the 13th, which actually fell on a Friday, and it actually was my 11th wedding anniversary, except I wasn't celebrating my wedding. I was celebrating the victory of having court that day and the judge seeing the truth and allowing me to return back to my home and take full custody of my kids. And it's just been, a journey since then. But it was really that day that I really was able to find my own strength back again and really stand in my own victory of the universe working in my favor and everything happening for me, not to me. And I definitely have been guilty of living in the victim state even since then. It's interesting how we tend to do that to ourselves. But I want to share some stuff with you. The number 13 holds an extremely potent feminine energy, symbolizing not only death but rebirth, creation, fertility, and blood. And everybody thinks of death as being such a scary thing. And now that I have the wisdom that I do, and in knowing about past lives and many lives, many masters, and having that first card reading where I had the death card pulled and kind of like got a little freaked out about it, even though Maxwell was like, calm down, Jaya. Everything is okay. This is not bad. And it really was the death of a very toxic relationship at the time. And it was the beginning of it. And, we can look at things in all kinds of different perspectives. And it's all really in what we choose to see. And now that I think back, I have done so much self-growth. And I have done so much healing work. And that death was really the rebirth of something amazing and something beautiful, and that something being who I've become to this day. And so I really want you guys to kind of think about that. 13 falls in the middle of the moon cycle and represents the midway point between death and rebirth. The lunar calendar is also made up of 13 months, which further supports holding feminine power. We have 13 moon cycles every year, and the average female also experiences 13 periods per year, which is actually interesting because, I'm learning there's so much beauty in the feminine cycle, and seeing my daughter through the beginning of her change in life and trying to help her understand, it's a beautiful thing, and it is something to really be embraced and understanding, as we're sinking together. And I'm like, okay, well, that's why all these emotions are arising. But there is a lot of power in femininity, and I have more to share about this. This isn't Cheyenne going all feminine women power, because it's interesting. We all have feminine energy in us, and I truly believe that, in the yin and the yang, and I'm learning so much more. But it really is true. Friday the 13th is not just for women. It is a day for all of us to honor. Friday the 13th is a beautiful day for getting in tune with your emotions, And this has been huge for me because I will tell you what, I have spent the last couple days in this melodramatic play of my own demise, of feeling like this victim and my heart is broken, and internalizing, you know, some things that have been said to me. And I really have to go back to that 7 keys of self-mastery and use that willpower and that mental focus and concentration and reset my state of mind. And today has given me the power to do that. It really is, you know, a day that we can get rid of those sensitivities and get in tune with our emotions and give thanks to the beautiful goddess that lives within all of us. And like, I remember, I don't know if it's still here, my daughter had brought me a crown this morning, and I spent a little bit of time, oh, here it is, spent a little bit of time embracing my inner goddess. So I think that we can all just like embrace that we are all goddesses. And, you know, sometimes our crown gets a little fucked up and crooked and we forget our own self-worth, and I'm going to go into that a little bit more later. But wear that fucking crown and be proud of it. Like, I will totally step into my goddess powers and embrace them, because it is something that I believe the universe intends us to do. And it's actually very interesting because I'm in this journey with an amazing spirit tribe right now, and some people are leaving my tribe, and I have to embrace that the universe is doing that for my higher purpose and my best interest. But there's been a few new people, and one of which actually kind of shares the same journey of having to face off with their Christianity and their way of being raised, and just really finding her own inner truth. And she's been instilled with a lot more biblical knowledge than I ever was. I know a lot more of the Book of Mormon than I do the King James Version of the Bible, but she brought up to me Ashira, the Queen of Heaven, and how she's a god, and I'm very intrigued by her. And it's interesting because she actually has 3 different terms that different cultures have given her as, in regards to a name. And so I'm excited to kind of expand my knowledge and awareness and learn things that are intriguing and help form even more of my own inner truth that I can share as I journey through this with you guys, because I do believe in divinity, and I believe that it is my desire and passion to share this journey with you. And so thank you guys for continuing to tune in. So I really want to just encourage you all to embrace the sacred essence of the fact that you are your own star and you are your own goddess of your own reality. And I've spent a lot of time in my life putting people up on these pedestals. A lot of Christian people that I really just looked from the outside looking in, and I'm like, these people really, they practice what they preach. They're the real deal. And time again, I was let down and betrayed in like the most fucked up ways by these exact people. And it turned out that they weren't who they pretended to be, or they, you know, not even say pretended. We all, you know, manifest a certain persona to people, and sometimes it's because that's really who we truly want to be, and that's okay. But it's never okay to put somebody above yourself, and it's never okay to put somebody on a pedestal as if they're better than you. I think we all are 10s, and I am learning to embrace that, and I am so guilty, especially with my twin flame. As I've shared in the previous videos, I have recently, we've done a separating, an uncoupling. I'd like to say that it was conscious and beautiful, but we definitely fucked that up really bad the last few days, so there's that. But I've done a lot of chasing, and I've had him up on this pedestal of almost like feeling like he is the reason that I am where I am today, and finding that I've had this false sense of identity with him, and this false sense of safety and security and unity, and I love him, and I'm not going to lie, he has been an amazing beautiful thing in my life, and he has helped me fast forward my awakening process. There is no doubt in that, and he has mirrored and reflected in me some really fucked up realities that I needed to face, and that I have needed to That's me purging, I feel like. I needed to face off with myself and do the inner work, you know? But there is things that we allow people to say to us that give power to that we allow to have way too much power over us. And that's a real thing that we need to stop doing. And it's interesting because I actually watched Aaron Epke, and he is so cute. Oh my gosh. And he always has such amazing messages, and he really moved me today. And I'll actually post a link to that video today, and it's about, you know, stopping to chasing people and how we get caught up in, you know, chasing something as if that it's better than us, or not being able to just step into our own self-love and be the star of our own story. And that is so true. Like, we are the star of our story, and let's make it a fucking amazing story. Quit living in scarcity mode, chasing people and putting them on that pedestal. Shift into the abundance mindset. The universe is trying to show us, possibly, you know, there's 7.8 billion people out there, and I believe very, very strongly that people come into our lives for reasons, and maybe we're there to shine the light for them, they're there to shine the light for us, or maybe they're just there to reflect some stuff that we need to do inner work on. But irregardless, you know, there's 7.8 billion people. Who's to say that there isn't a stronger, deeper connection out there? And not just with one person, you know, like, it doesn't always have to be an intimate sexual relationship. And it was actually said to me that I needed to quit finding my confidence between the sheets, and I was like, what? You know, there's something so empowering about embracing your sexuality, but never do anything that's going to question your self-worth, and never allow somebody to have the power over you with even just words to try to make you somebody that you're not. Don't give anybody that power. You never know who is going to come into your life, and at what point in your journey you're going to find that beautiful, deeper connection, and how much more that's going to help you grow and blossom into the beautiful goddess that you were intended to be. And so I really just encourage you guys to realize your own self-worth, and by realizing your own value and standing firm in your boundaries in regards to not allowing anybody to bring that value down, that it is in that moment that we can really focus on what it is that we love. And when we do that, just like he said, when we do that, we are stepping into our own core energy. And it's in that beauty of our core energy that we're going to attract that same level of energy and beauty and excitement and thrill in living, you know, our highest potential self, and stepping into those higher dimensions. And so I'm just here with my crown, embracing my inner goddess. And today, Friday the 13th, I am no longer chasing my twin flame, and I am letting him go, because it is in letting him go that I am setting myself free and opening up the potential for a beautiful, unknown next chapter. Stay tuned. If you guys like my channel, like, subscribe, share. I'm super excited. I'm going to be diving deep into the finishing touches of launching the business, and it actually ties into a little bit of what was said about that confidence between the sheets. I am really excited. It's going to be a little controversial and a little offensive to some, but it's going to be so beautiful and so empowering to so many, and it is really a movement in itself. And I haven't been this passionate about something and I can't remember how long. So Tuesday, March the 17th, make sure that you're tuned in, because I'm going to be launching on all of my social media platforms links to the business website and the business pages on all the different social media platforms. So have an amazing weekend, you guys. Embrace that inner goddess today. Step out with, you know, the reality that Friday the 13th is a fucking amazing, beautiful, powerful day full of amazing potential. And it's been a really lucky day thus far in my journey. Namaste.